Okay, I've wanted to talk about this particular subject for a while. And I think with that Lisa video kind of doing well on TikTok, it just kind of pushed me to do it. Like, cause I'm like, you know what? Cause at first I was like, oh, who am I to talk about K-pop? But here we are. And when I say K-pop, oh God, we don't have to argue. Okay, maybe this is not K-pop. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay. I just know originally he was a K-pop artist and now he's making music in English. So I don't know what you would say about that. But either way, I wanted to say or explore this topic. Why, out of BTS, is Jungkook the most famous in the United States? Now, we can argue and go back and forth. I really don't care. But I believe he is the most famous in the United States for a few reasons. One, I feel like he's put out a lot of music. I think he is growing in popularity. Did I forget to say his name? Jungkook. Okay, did I already say that? But this is why I think Jungkook is the most popular out of the BTS members in the United States. I think his billboards show that as well, like his billboard hits. He has a lot, like he had a number one, obviously, and then two of his songs were in the top five. And not that numbers are everything or that they even matter, but they're a good indication that people are liking the music or listening to the music. You know what I mean? I compared him to the other members, and I would say Jimin is like right behind him with the number one himself, but Jimin's other songs were not in like the top 10, I don't think. So there's that. I also want to preface by saying I am black. If you could not tell, I'm a black person, black American. Anyways, I stay on the black side of things. So a lot of times I know that my, I is limited too as well on music, but I also know I do dabble in other things and I am kind of have a finger in each pool sometimes. So I say this as somebody like, yeah, majority of the stuff I see is black related, but I also see a bunch of stuff that's not necessarily black related. So let's move on. So I think Jungkook also is the most popular in from the group is because I'm gonna list a few reasons. I think he is the most attractive. And this is not like my personal opinion. This is just like a like an opinion from an outside perspective, right? I'm not like a BTS stan or anything like that. So this is like just my opinion. Like if I first glance look at everybody, I would say, oh, he's the most attractive, and move on. I think that he is tall too, so he's not like 6'2", but he's tall. You know what I mean? He's not the tallest in the group, but he is tall, you know what I mean? Okay, I did a quick Google search and he's 5'10", which is I think that's the average height in the United States for men anyway. So he has a good height. He can dance. He to me is that perfect balance of like I feel like he leans more in pop, you know what I mean? And I think that's perfect for him. I don't think of Jungkook and I'm like, oh, you know what? I want a hard rap song. Dang it. No. And as we all know right now, I feel like pop is doing much better too. You know what I mean? I think we're back in the United States. We're back in our pop era. You know, we got Sabrina Carpenter, Chaperone. Like we're getting in our pop era right now. I love pop. I've been a pop girl my whole life. Pop and hip hop. So I think that's another reason why I think he is the most famous here, right? So we have attractive, good height. He can dance really well, good breath control. He's leaning more into pop, you know what I mean? Even though like he has songs that have hip hop elements to them, he uses features, right? So he had Lotto featured on a song, he had Usher featured on a song, and I feel like that matters, right? Black people know Usher, black people know Lotto, so I feel like if they may not be fans already, it kind of pulls them into at least listen and give it a chance, right? And so I think he always, in my opinion, and this I was aware of the group before they blew up in the United States, right? I told my sister long time ago, I feel like he would be the most successful out of every single one of them if he went solo. Because he has so many factors that a solo artist needs that it would literally be perfect, right? He has the ability to make his own songs. He has, not to say that other people can't, but I mean, like, I don't know how to describe it. You ever see somebody and they just had that, like, kind of it factor? Like, you just kind of go, like, yeah, they got it. That's what I thought when I saw him. I was like, yeah, he got it. He is able to keep an air of mystique, but also completely sharing parts of himself all the time. And this is once again a perspective for someone who's not a hard like BTS stan or something like that. So I don't listen to everything he puts out. I'm absorbing it like the general public kind of would. As in, like, when a song pops up, oh, I'm aware of it. If a song comes around, I hear it, I listen to it. Think like that. So this is coming from somebody outside of like a K-pop bubble, outside of like a fandom bubble. As a general listener, I'm an enjoyer of all types of music. And so from my perspective, I just feel like I see more talked about, like I see him more talked about than anybody else, right? I also, if I'm not mistaken, he is the youngest, right? Not to say you cannot be older doing things, but I'm saying I feel like we'd be lying if we said that didn't play a factor. Okay, for men it's easier though, so it's not like the biggest thing in the world. But he has energy, he has hunger right now, and I think it comes off that way to people who absorb it and watch. He also has a really great voice. And that's another layer too, that I'm like, certain stuff you can't just teach somebody, you know what I mean? You can't teach somebody how to have a good voice that attracts listeners, you know? He has a nice voice to listen to, and I don't know. So yeah, I think of all of those factors as to why I think he is the breakout star of BTS, and why I think he will continue to be the most successful even after he comes back from I don't know if he's in like the military or something, girl. I really don't know. But when he comes back from that, I feel like he can pick up right where he left off at. And if you like this video, you should definitely like and subscribe. Like, help your girl out. Leave a comment. You could just leave an emoji if you want. I mean, I guess.